The internet has been going crazy the last couple of days due to some huge reports from scoopers on the Flash movie and something that's going to happen in the end of this that will change the DCEU forever. Now, I do want to give a quick spoiler warning before we get into talking about this because it is not confirmed information, but it is coming from a bunch of reliable scoopers, so I'd say it's pretty likely to be true. And I wasn't even going to make a video on this, but just due to all the backlash and so many conflicting reports, I figured I kind of have to at this point because there's just so much going on here. So hopefully, if you're still here, you've been warned. You understand the consequences of staying here. But anyway, multiple scoopers, all the big ones, like My Time to Shine, Hello, Grace Randolph, Dania RPK, GWW, Casey Walsh, all the big scoopers over these past couple days have been saying that after the Flash movie, basically all of these Zack Snyder movies will be erased from DCEU canon and will be replaced. So no more Ben Affleck Batman, no more Henry Cavill Superman, and basically going forward the new Trinity of the DCEU will be all female, where we'll have Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, and then we'll have Sasha Calle's Supergirl and Leslie Grace's Batgirl. And then Shazam will also have a big role going forward as well. With even something about a new Justice League being formed at the end of the Flash movie with those three characters plus Shazam and I think Aquaman and obviously the Flash. So yeah, and all of them are reporting on this news, and obviously this is creating some huge backlash because it's Warner Brothers. I hope this is not true for their sake because given their past, it would not surprise me, but I didn't think they were this stupid. You saw the backlash when they wouldn't restore the SnyderVerse after Zack Snyder's Justice League. So they really think that this is going to solve their problems by just erasing those movies? Now, to be fair though, Casey Walsh did mention specifically that when they say erase those movies, they don't mean literally delete them from history. They mean basically that a new timeline will be created. So technically the SnyderVerse will exist in its own universe as a part of the multiverse, but our new main timeline, our new main canon going forward will not include those movies. So basically, no Man of Steel, no Batman v Superman, no first Suicide Squad movie, no Justice League, no first Justice League movie. Which would be interesting because, then some of these movies that you are keeping still reference the Snyderverse. Shazam, literally you have Henry Cavill's Superman up here at the end of that movie. You have references to Ben Affleck's Batman. You have all that stuff in that movie. So I feel like this would just get really, really confusing. And also, nobody wants it. First of all, nobody wants the Snyderverse to be erased. We want that kept. Sure, I fully understand that Ben Affleck is not going to be Batman anymore after the Flash movie because of personal reasons. He's done with franchise work. He's done with the Batman. But Henry Cavill, who wants to play Superman, we all want him to play Superman. Literally, the only one that doesn't want him as Superman is Warner Brothers. Which is stupid because, usually to make money, you do what the fans want. But for some reason, they just want to get rid of him. And then what's making people even more mad is the fact that we're going to have an all-female Trinity. Which isn't a bad thing, but at the same time, it's it just feels again, they're trying to be too woke. And that's one of the biggest complaints with every movie and TV show the last couple of years with Hollywood is oh, it's too woke. And, all that stuff. I don't know why Hollywood keeps doing it because nobody likes it. So doing this would just make people hate DC even more. Yes, we need female empowerment and all that stuff. That is great. But to just kick out all the guys completely, that's kind of the opposite of what you're trying to do. Because then it's empowering the women, which is good, but then depowering the men, which is not fair. Because, before, you at least, sure, the Trinity was Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, so it was overpowered by men, but still, 2 out of 3, you still had a woman in there. There's no balance. It's not you have 2 females and 1 man. It's just full-on 3 women, which I don't know, because nobody I've seen online likes this yet, especially considering, though, to be fair, we haven't even seen Leslie Grace's Batgirl or Sasha Calle's Supergirl in action yet. I think they're great castings, and I'm really excited to see those movies and see them appear in these DC movies. But they just don't seem like the kind of characters that could be like in those big roles for these movies. Like Batgirl and Supergirl, they've always been second to Batman and Superman. And just given the fact that this is like our main DC universe live action timeline, given like the fact that like the comparison of like the MCU and then this is the DCU, like we're not getting another universe. This is our universe right here. And then for them to just completely ignore Batman and Superman, that's just wrong. Because just like how the MCU is supposed to be like our one main adaptation of the Marvel Comics universe and like our one main Marvel universe, this will be our one main DC universe. And sure, we have the Batman and like other Batman movies and like other Superman projects in development with like Superman and Lois and stuff like that. But we want this one connected universe that's just like the comic. That's why everybody loves this connected universe so much, because you have these characters popping up in other people's projects, and it's because it's a shared universe, and that's what people like about it. So for you to not do Batman and Superman in there, it just doesn't make sense, and that's not what people want. Like, the next Justice League movie that we get, I don't know when that's going to be, what universe it's going to be in, or whatever, but yes, I want Shazam, and Aquaman, and Wonder Woman, and the Flash in that movie, but I also want Batman and Superman. Like, I don't want there to be a Justice League movie without Batman and Superman just because Warner Brothers isn't friends with the actors anymore and stuff like that. It just doesn't make sense, and I just don't like it. This is just my opinion, and again, this is all unconfirmed, so we don't know exactly what's going on here. I just know that I hope it's not true, but then again, you got all these scoopers saying that it is, and it's not looking too good. But then again, you do have also the director of Shazam, David F. Sandberg, who kind of cryptically debunked this stuff on Twitter, but also didn't at the same time, because then he fully admitted, like, I haven't seen the Flash movie, I don't know what's going on there, and all that stuff. So really, he has no idea. And then Ezra Miller, who of course plays the Flash, was specifically asked about this on social media in his DMs, and he actually answered and responded, and it wasn't even a straight up answer. It was one of those answers where it's like, basically he was saying like, oh yeah, like, oh, nobody's gonna ever be able to get rid of Zack Snyder's work because it'll always exist in our hearts, you know, like something weird like that, where it's basically he's saying like, yeah, it's not looking good for the Snyderverse, but you know, it'll exist in our hearts. So yeah, it's not looking good. We'll see where it goes from here. But you can let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about this news, or at least rumors? Again, I hope it's not true. But we'll see. The Flash movie comes out in November. It's going to be a huge movie for DC and will change the future of the DCU forever. So, guys, anyways, thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video and hit the subscribe button so you can keep up to date on everything that goes on in the DC life.